David was called in from the fields. Dust covered his clothes. The scent of sheep followed him. He was not dressed like a future king, but God saw something deeper. God saw courage, faith, integrity, and a heart devoted to him. Samuel poured oil upon David's head and anointed him as Israel's future king. At that moment, David received a promise, but the fulfillment of that promise would take many years. One of the greatest lessons from David's life is this: God's calling often comes long before God's promotion. David was anointed king, yet he returned to the sheep. Imagine how confusing that must have been. He had received a divine promise, yet nothing seemed to change. Many people quit during this stage of life. They become discouraged because they cannot see immediate results. But David remained faithful. He understood that preparation is part of God's process. While watching sheep, David developed skills that would later shape his destiny. He learned responsibility, patience, courage, and dependence upon God. When lions threatened his flock, David protected them. When bears attacked, David fought back. The wilderness became his training ground. The hidden seasons of life were preparing him for public victories. Then came the moment that changed everything. The Philistines and Israelites stood facing one another across the valley of Elah. For 40 days, a giant warrior named Goliath challenged Israel. He was enormous, experienced, feared by everyone. Day after day, he mocked God's people, and day after day, Israel remained afraid. When David arrived at the battlefield, he was shocked. Why was everyone afraid? Why was nobody standing up against this giant? David saw the situation differently. Others saw Goliath's size. David saw God's power.